Hello, everybody. My name is Monica Flores, and I'm a technical project manager at Lullabot. And I'd like to go through about 10 minutes to review how to use Drupal to manage a national, state, and or local organization, meaning an agency that has multiple branches, franchises, or local offices, and how all of them can interact using the Drupal system. So a little bit about me. I'm a technical project manager at Lullabot for the last 2 years. I'm a certified Scrum Master and have been working on the web as a web developer since 2004. I like reading, hiking, baking, and fun fact, we adopted 2 cats last year named Bourbon and Kona. Now about Lullabot, we've built some of the first household name Drupal sites, and we've been pivotal in platforms' widespread adoption. We create some of the largest and most well-known digital experiences on the web that are using Drupal. So what is a membership organization? You could do a quick search on what membership organizations are. Typically, they collect membership dues, they have a national office, and or they have local, regional, and state offices. Here's an example. Let's say it's a United States agency, maybe close to Washington, D.C., near where I live. They might have the central, or they might have local by region. So for example, there may be a Southeast, a Northeast, a Midwest, a Southwest, and a West regional offices. Potentially your organization has state versions of the office. And then you may also have it at the city level. So for example, something like a California agency with San Diego, San Francisco, and Los Angeles. So first up, as an organization, as you're figuring out how to use Drupal to manage the wide variety of users coming onto this website, you'll first determine what user roles and requirements are available. Then you can think about content types and who's allowed or who has permission to work on those content pieces. You may also identify what your local needs are at the organizational level. You may also have a need to collect dues or renew memberships or renew sponsorships or advertising. And then go ahead and you can implement the Drupal content management system using all of the above. So first of all, determining user roles and requirements. In our typical example, let's say it's a national organization of web developers based in Washington, D.C. with state and local offices. At the larger level, we may have these different types of needs. From the top left, an authenticated user might just be somebody who has given their email to you, and so they can review any orders they've made, as well as review their own expiration date. Let's say it's a year's worth of membership. A manager who's managing dues may be able to review any other members' orders. And then as you continue up the chain, perhaps the business sponsor manager can review business sponsor orders. The treasurer can review all of the above, and so on and so forth. Typically, there's an administrator who has access to everything. As you dig into this, you'll find that you need to identify in more detail what your content type is and what their permissions are on that. A great example is for some organizations, they offer a directory listing in a searchable directory online that is tied to the level of membership of the user. So maybe a higher level of user has more associated with their directory listing, a logo, a video, discount, or more description, whereas maybe a standard member just gets a name and a link. When we think about what this may look like on the directory level, I, as a user who have paid my dues, may want to do the following: create my own directory listing or edit my own directory listing. Potentially, if I'm a sponsor, if I'm representing my business, I could create a sponsor listing or directory listing just for my business and edit it. And then again, at the relevant level, there might be something like a business sponsor manager who can then handle all of the sponsor businesses and all of their listings, creating and editing any. From the local level, you're going to be thinking about the types of content that your local organization wants to share with your local membership. That might be very different from what the national wants to share with the national membership. As an example, in terms of news, what's relevant to the local chapter is a statement like, our chapter awards scholarships to students at our local high school. However, on the national level, it might be something more widespread, such as we're streamlining our online application form. Here's some other samples. At the local level, City Summer Barbecue, downtown Main Street. But at the national level, our all-member convention is scheduled in the summer, and so on and so forth. Just think about the different types of needs you have and what type of level of the organization needs to access which types of needs. Sometimes there's something in between too. Maybe the regional Southwest needs to talk about the regional conference. So that might be promoted at the local level as well as the national level. Here are some tasks that we find local level managers having to do. Lists of local members, meeting agendas, minutes, the local calendar, the local directory of members, blogs, articles, press releases, news reports, local chapter sponsors, so local businesses who are supporting, and then any financial reports. Similarly, at the state and regional level, they'll need to do all of the below tasks as well as regional tasks, reporting, convening, policy making, responding to sponsor inquiries for the region. And even higher, at the national level, we have to fulfill all of the requests bubbling up from our local membership. And we may also be responsible for things like reporting, compliance, tax, auditing, submitting national news about the organization or even international news, policies for the organization as a whole, again, events for the organization as a whole, and then sponsorships for the organization as a whole. Collecting dues, again, with today's modern tools, it's possible to collect dues and assign even a membership period based on the amount of dues collected. A business may be purchasing a bulk set of dues for multiple users, or a business may be coming in at a platinum or diamond or silver level, or an individual may just be paying their annual membership fees. All of this can be done using the system. We have e-commerce available as contributed modules and custom modules inside Drupal. Any combination of these types of items will look familiar to you if you work with national organizations. Finally, it's time to implement. Who do you call on? How do you determine the RFP process? And once you've done that groundwork, how do you implement your version of the content management system? We're all a great big fans of Drupal because it is open source and it has hundreds of thousands of contributors updating and clarifying and adding new modules to the code base daily. At Lullabot, we're very excited to support you in your design, your strategy, your development, and we are experts in building the types of products and services that help membership organizations nationwide. We look forward to connecting with you. If you have any questions, please reach out to us on our website.